Good morning, gardening friends. It's now Sunday again. It's been a week. Haven't really had to do a whole lot of watering. I guess I'm indoors. I don't have the evaporative effects that I have outdoors. I also think I might have sorted out the lighting issue, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this and then come back, and I have one more option in terms of fixing the lighting. But getting back to this particular plant, the tree, I have not had to add any water all week from what I had before, so I'll add some more this morning because it's pretty much down to almost nothing in that reservoir. So this is really kind of nice. I can go about a week without having to think about water, and it seems quite alive to me. It's been slowly soaking it up, wicking it up through those strings in the bottom. So let me go ahead and take a look at this in my system and see if the lighting is okay, and we'll go from there. Alright, so the first part of the lighting seems to be pretty well sorted out. For those of you who might be curious, I did a little bit of thinking, and it dawned on me that the camera always seemed to register colors a lot better in the daylight, so I went out and I got a daylight bulb. It's actually an LED daylight bulb, so I'm still saving energy, and but the color should be a lot better. Now off to the left I've added another light, which is just a regular incandescent, which explains the sort of yellowish color. And that one, and I actually have, well, I don't have a daylight for that. I have a reveal bulb, but I'm not going to be running that except when I'm shooting. I put that to the left because I wanted to try and get you just a little bit of the color of the tree, because the problem is I'm not getting enough light bouncing off the back to actually show you the tree. It just always ends up looking like it's in silhouette. In any case, let's move forward with the episode here. I'm going to go ahead and show you what everything looks like. I've already told you about the tree. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that, and then I'm going to bring the others out and show you where we are with those. Okay, so there's not too much to show on these. The one on the left, which is the herb mix, that basically there's nothing sprouting. During the week I did have to add water a couple of times. When I first put it together last week, it really, when I put the water in, it seemed like it was just kind of floating on the surface. There's something weird about this starter mix where it does that, but then over time it seems to improve. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it's doing. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but basically just kind of turn on the faucet with a little bit of a drizzle and drizzle a little bit of water in there so you can kind of see where it's been watered in the middle, whereas on the edges it's not really so much watered, but that's okay. We'll just keep watching it. I didn't really expect to see too much sprouting just yet. On the right we've got the space plant. Let me actually move this out of the way and show you that a little bit more clearly. Hopefully you can see that. You know what, let me just get this out of the way altogether. Again, with this one I've not had to I think I maybe added water once during the week. It's still pretty moist right now, so it's really not needing much. The next problem I have is that window that I have them up in. I mean, I've got a table in front of the window and I've got these sitting there. It's a west-facing window, so it's probably not going to get a whole lot of light. North or south, I guess, is where you really got to be kind of facing. So this is something else for me to kind of learn, and I'll let you learn with me. But west-facing isn't much, so I've been considering various solutions in terms of light. And I've got one more. I've got a brand new experiment I want to try. So let me get that queued up, and I'll show you. Actually, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and make that a separate episode with the experiment, and then I'll be able to track it from there. Not because it's going to be a big project, but more because I realize that trying to explain it all ends up extending this episode by way too much. So I'll just give you a quick little preview. It involves light and the color of light, and ultimately what I'm looking for is to see which colors of light will affect plants. There's plenty of research out there already, but I just wanted to see it for myself, and the fact that I'm inside, most of my gardening is going to be indoor now, I need to figure out, if grow lights are going to be a real plus for me, if I should build my own, should I buy some that are already pre-made. I kind of want to be able to just see it in action first, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that on a budget. This was part of my solution. I will show this to you in the other episode. Meanwhile, there have been some developments. It's now Monday, the tail end of my lunch break, so I'm trying to do this quickly. But let me zoom in and show you. I've zoomed in so you can see. It's maybe a little hard to tell, but right down at the end of my screw there, I didn't have a pencil handy, I just happened to have this nearby. If you look down there, you can see sprouts. So this is already sprouted, and over the weekend I realized I had this muffin pan that I'd bought some muffins in, and it was a perfect little container for trying to germinate seeds. Again, it's going with the whole budget theme. I'm trying to figure out, what do I have that's already on hand so I don't have to spend more money, so I can kind of play around with my gardening. So what I have in here is 4 nasturtium seeds. I soaked them overnight, and I don't know how well it's going to come out, but right up here it says T, and over here it says B. That's top and bottom. When I pre-soaked the seeds, some of them sank, some of them stayed on the top. Now, I've learned with seeds that if you soak them, or if you put them in water and leave them in there long enough, the ones that actually have viable material inside them will tend to sink. The ones that are duds tend to stay on the top. So I've got 2 here that were on the top. I don't know if they're going to germinate or not. And I got 2 down here that were on the bottom, which I expect will probably germinate. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll see. Also, this particular container had a nifty little cover on it, a nice clear cover. So I've got that. I'm using it as kind of a dome over it to keep the moisture in while it's germinating. I also bought a spray bottle so I could actually spray on the top there, because these do not have holes on the bottom for drainage, because it was a muffin pan. I guess, they probably put the batter in there and cooked it, or I don't know. But anyway, this spray bottle will be beneficial. I got rid of all my spray bottles and everything when I was moving out of the other place. Didn't know I was going to need them. Got one at the dollar store, so not a big deal. So that's it for the progress so far, and I'm going to try and edit this together, put this together as an episode, and until next time, this is the Budget Gardener signing off and saying, may your thumb, even if it's indoors, be green.